Welcome to the Rocket Rewind, the show where we get together and talk about things that matter, things that are interesting, and shit that might just blow your mind. Yeah, they're our opinions, and you don't have to like them. We might not like yours either, but feel free to share them in the live chat. This is America, where we have free speech, cancel culture, Karens and Darrens, all working together in such super sweet harmony. Yeah, right. Sometimes the things we talk about might help restore our faith in humanity, but all too often it's going to be stuff that might piss you off like it does us. Make sure you have your grown-up panties on and come join the conversation. Oh yeah, and make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss this weekly dose of provocative discussion. The Rocket Rewind, Sundays at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's get into it. Viewer discretion is advised.
What up?
Hey, everybody!
Hey.
Happy Sunday. Wow, we've had people hanging out in the chat since before we started, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just gonna go down the list. Hopefully, y'all are all still here. Blade Studios, good to see you there, brother. Linda K, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I got your email, by the way. I replied. Check your replies. Nicholas Peel is here. What's up? Taylor Ray is here. What's up? There's Jamie H. Everybody. We've also got Megan D. Gaming. Y'all know who that is. She's the only female on the panel, in case you wonder. I know sometimes it gets confusing because it's 2023. But she is the only female on the panel today. Let's see. We've also got Stu Dorman. What's up? He's having an Arby fish meal. Arby has the meats. Be careful, honey.
Ooh. Hey, hold on a minute. Wait a minute. That Arby's fish is good.
Is it? I never had it.
I've never had it.
I like the Arby's fish.
I ain't never had it. A roast beef place doesn't seem like the place to get fish from to me. No. I don't know. That's kind of like going to an Italian restaurant and asking for sweet and sour chicken. Some shit just don't work.
I was gonna say I go to like Olive Garden to get the chicken tenders.
Yeah. Mr. Wizard, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. There's ABM texting Steve.
Yes.
Southpaw, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Dragon Man Assassin's here. What's up, Dragon Man? Jorge is here. What's up, buddy? Marcy B is here. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. There's Steve, the body man, in the chat also. Doolin Gaming's here. What's up, Doolin? How you doing, buddy? We've also got Ian Hodges all the way from Australia. What's going on there? There's Brooklyn Emergency Response Vids watching from the UK over there. What's up there, Brooklyn? Good to see you. Dustin K is here. Chris Talbert, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Let's see. I feel like I just scrolled past somebody's name. There's Chris Crashcraft. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Chris Talbert's watching on YouTube and on Facebook, by the way. He is multitasking. Taylor's over there eating some damn pie pies. I was raising hell about you eating pie pies before we got started. I saw what you said in my Discord. I'm jealous, man.
I almost had it DoorDash. Like I woke up and I was like, man, I'm gonna DoorDash some chicken. And then I looked at the time and I was like,
too late.
Are they really worth it?
You can't look cute. You just cannot look cute eating chicken on a live stream. If you're gonna really enjoy it, you've got to get all in it.
That's nothing. Watch this.
Challenge accepted.
Watch this. Boom. You can still hear me. You can still hear me.
Yeah. Cernal's here. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Wizzy Wiz telling me that Steve the Body Man's a dude. Yeah, no, it's not a gimmick. He's an actual dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is an actual
I'm
body
not just
man.
a brand.
Yeah. He's a real fella, not just a brand. Steffi, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you.
Of course, Cernal's eating a steak. It's probably from like Ruth Chris or some shit too. Like,
so all right. My grandson wanted some baby back ribs, and so yeah, so I cooked some baby back ribs today, and three ribeyes and some sausage, and my wife made some mashed potatoes, and we put bacon. We crumbled up bacon in the mashed potatoes and some cheese. It was really freaking good. So, but I did not eat any of the steak yet. I'm saving that for after the live stream.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I've got it wrapped up down there just on a real low warm in the oven. I barely cooked one of them so that I could do that.
is your grandson still there?
Yeah, he's still here.
He's like, oh yeah, no, Grandpa don't want this cold. Let me turn this up.
well, look. So when I was cutting the ribs, to give him some, he said, "I want 3 or 5."
3 or 5.
Yeah, he wanted 3 or 5.
Naturally, he wants 7.
Yeah, I gave him 3. And he ate them. That boy eats them. He didn't even want me to take the meat off the bone. He wanted to eat it straight off the bone. So I was like, all right, go for it there, House. Yes, Brooklyn, I did give my meat a good rub. I sure did.
I wasn't doing that.
John Wayne, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Southpaw says he wants to be my grandson. I know it. Oh, man. Steve, what the hell's going on over there in Pennsylvania, man? There's some crazy news coming out of where is this out of? Mifflin County. Where's that at in relation to you?
Mifflin County?
Yeah, Decatur Township.
Decatur Township? I've heard of it. I don't know where it is though.
Okay. Well, this happened last Sunday on the 6th.
Let's check it out. I'm interested to see.
Let me bring that up here. People be losing their mind in Pennsylvania, it would seem.
Oh,
that makes sense. It's Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Chris makes a good point. I could not be a piece of shit and go like the stream.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh damn.
So
I just
apparently
woke up,
this
sorry.
guy,
Yes.
he put a couple Red Bulls in his gas tank,
Yeah,
and
apparently.
He got
Gave him
wings.
he got wings and he flew.
Holy shit.
I don't know. I really don't know. What's the story behind this one?
Well, let's look at the pictures first.
Okay,
Yes,
I feel like
definitely.
this is a personal attack. I don't like talking about cuffs on here, but I feel like this is a personal attack on me.
Yeah. ATL Transparency News. Nope. Decatur Township, Pennsylvania in this one.
Let me look it up because I'm unfamiliar with the
I
location.
saw it on TikTok on Monday morning. On
It
TikTok.
sounds
Yeah.
like something that would be like around Pottstown or something like that kind of name.
420.
If it's around Pottstown, that makes sense. Hold on.
So
Let's see.
when I was looking at this picture, I was like, man, please tell me the house across the street has doorbell cam footage of this. Well, there is no house across the street.
Full send in the cornfield.
Oh,
Tell me
yeah.
they had a Ring doorbell cam on their Scarecrow.
I
think
couldn't
so.
find any video of it actually happening, but look at this shit,
Get a
man.
rotator in there to get it out.
I'm sorry. At that point, I'm not trying to carefully wedge that thing out of there. I'm just hooking
What
up.
the
and
hell
pulling.
it did to that house?
Yeah,
I'm just.
look, there's the inside.
Oh damn.
Holy shit, man!
There's an excuse not to work out right there. Running
Yeah,
on the treadmill,
You
could've
might
got
get hit by a car.
If you had your realization for the year,
Some people
that's
might
your
know what I'm talking about. I just think about that episode of Family Guy where he's like, "There's something wrong with the house. I don't like change."
There's a real
Yeah,
nice,
look
real
at that
nice
beautiful-
side of that. Look at
That's
that.
the way to do it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that beautiful 10-ton piece of shit.
Of course, they got the aerial out there too.
He's just up there for pictures.
Yeah. But
Selfie.
so the story is, so according to the state police, charges are pending against 20-year-old Evan Miller of Lewistown, Pennsylvania, that
I know
include
Lewistown.
aggravated assault, reckless endangering another person, and criminal mischief. It was determined through an investigation that the crash was an intentional act, according to state police.
Oh, geez.
Intentional?
Yeah.
How do you plan that?
I don't know, man. Crews were able to stabilize the home and assisted the homeowners in putting up a tarp due to upcoming storms. Junction Fire Company said fire crews remained on scene for about 3 hours. 3 people were inside the home when it was struck. Now, if we go backwards, it does say that the driver was taken to the hospital after their car flew into the second floor of a Decatur Township home on Sunday. Upon arrival, the vehicle was found to have crashed into the second floor of the home, and the driver had been removed from the car, according to a spokesperson with the fire department. Now, they don't go into detail about how the driver was removed from the car. But if somebody crashed into the second story of my house, I would probably remove them from the car with an ass whipping.
Well, he probably got out of the car and then walked out the front door.
Yeah, God only knows.
Conscious or unconscious, they're getting an
So,
ass whooping.
according to this, that house is 2 hours and 30 minutes away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And it is past Mechanicsburg, well past Harrisburg still. It's
Mechanicsburg.
almost near State College.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, so here's what they say. So the driver was transported to Geisinger Lewistown Hospital by Fame EMS. Fame EMS. That sounds like they should have a theme song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? According to Junction Fire Company, the driver was traveling at a high rate of speed and veered off the road into a field. There was a change in elevation between the field and the house. Because of this and the high rate of speed, the vehicle became airborne before hitting the house. No shit.
I mean, I got to give him props for getting air like that, but damn.
He stuck it. He stuck the hell out of that landing.
Yeah, I mean, I wish there was like a further off shot so you could kind of see. But I mean, you can see that the house itself is starting to raise elevation. But he had to have. I would like to have seen like
He was cooking.
let's see the pre-launch. I want to
Yes.
see the pre-launch area. You know what I mean? But I couldn't find any more photos really, other than this. There was no.
You go back a page. Just go back. Yeah, there you go. Well, I'll go back another one. There you go. Here's cornfield right there. So he's up in Amish country.
So
I think-
he had
here's
to
what
have
I
been
think.
coming from like off in this. It's what it said. He veered off in the field, so he must have ramped over.
Yeah.
Over
Here's my take. I think this guy was high and he thought that he was riding Falcor.
Boy, he was high, all right.
yeah.
You know, if you're just trying to store someone's house intentionally, there's a much better vehicle than a 1990 Toyota Camry.
Is that a Camry or is that a little
That's a
Corolla?
That looks like a Camry.
You know, like a Camry.
Yeah, it does.
Early 2000s Camry.
Yeah, that's about a 2002.
Oh shit!
2003.
Hold on. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, did that be video?
Yeah, I can't tell.
Yeah, I see it. It's Corolla.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
is a Corolla.
Corolla.
That looks like it. Yeah.
I mean, a semi truck would be a much better alternative to taking out somebody's house versus.
Well,
Jeep
I mean, so if it was intentional, then I guess I don't know that he was intending to reach the second floor, but I'm guessing he intended to ram into the house.
I'll tell you what. I hope that his insurance is more than just the state minimum,
Hope he didn't
because
get
he
you.
is going to get sued like you wouldn't believe. There is so much damage to that house. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's-
wonder. Yeah, I wonder. Like because there are certain maximums, right? So,
Right.
like I have. I know that it pays for damage that's done, but how does it cover damage to a building? Because when you look at your insurance policy, it just talks
All right.
about like other party
Oh, Pennsylvania's
damage and stuff.
a little bit different as far as insurance goes.
I'm gonna come to you from a professional. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So, the state minimum for insurance is $15,000 and $25,000. That's for Pennsylvania. So if that's what he's got, he's getting sued because there's at least $100,000 damage to that house.
Oh yeah.
You can go all the way up to I think 500,000. And but I mean your deductibles are going to go freaking through the roof. You have like a $2,000 deductible. But I mean, still, Pennsylvania's a little weird with insurance because your car insurance, if you don't have it covered for medical, you or anybody else that you hit will not get covered. So Pennsylvania is a little weird when it comes to insurance. I mean, It's way different from Colorado or New Jersey or anywhere else that's in this area.
Well,
It's kind of one of the most finicky states that I've seen when it comes to insurance.
I don't know. Most of them are like that, Steve. Hey, Rob Wilson, what's up, brother? But see, like here in Alabama, though, I think the minimum is 10. Is it 10, 25, 10 or 10, 50, 10? I can't remember, but they all have a minimum like that. But and if you don't ask for something different when you get insurance, that's what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're going to quote you because that's the lower rate, of course.
Yeah. So they do that here, but with my experience with dealing with insurance companies in this state for quite as long as I have, it takes a little different from what I'm used to. I mean, I've worked in New Jersey, I've worked in Delaware, I've worked in Colorado for 17 years. So I mean, there's different insurance, I guess, coverages and whatnot, but each state is also different.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Eric Boyce, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream.
As far as all that, here's what you got to factor in. He had to be rescued from the car. That's going to be on his little bill when it shows up. That tow truck, they're in the middle of nowhere. So I know if I was in the middle of nowhere with that truck, I would charge you $500 just to pull it out, and then another $450
minimum. Yeah,
that's minimum.
Yeah,
I have to pull that tow truck. I have to pull that car from the second floor of a house, so I'm probably going to double my labor. Plus, I'm going to charge you per employee that I have to send out. So I'm willing to bet the tow bill on that's probably about $10,000 alone.
Well, I doubt he's going to pay any of that.
Yeah,
that's the sad part, right? You can sue somebody for anything, but if they ain't got the money and they ain't got the assets, you're not going to get anything.
Like I said, he's getting sued. Or if he's 20 years old and he lives at home, his parents are getting sued. They'll put a lien against his house.
When he flew through that fucking second floor, I would have grabbed all my shit in the house that didn't work, like all my expensive shit that broke. I would have threw it underneath the car.
That old console TV from the 1980s.
Yeah.
That was a classic, and he ruined it.
Yeah, all that stuff. Man, that was an antique, man. That was an antique.
So they say he was running at about 100 miles an hour when he hit the culvert and launched from the culvert.
Jesus.
Hit the damn culvert. What a dumbass.
That's what the story is saying. I found 2 more stories updated 2 days ago.
That kid needs to have his license taken off him.
Yeah, for real.
Said by the time law enforcement arrived on scene, the driver of the vehicle was no longer in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they keep kind of skirting around that. You know, they just kind of say he was no longer in the vehicle. Okay, well, yeah, but did they drag his ass out by the hair of his head and beat his ass all the way down them steps and out the front door, or what? You know, what happened?
It looks like that back door's open, so he probably got out through the back door and jumped down.
Yeah,
damn it,
maybe.
Becky, your boyfriend's here again.
The homeowner was in the home with 2 of her cousins when they heard the car hit. So it's like it was an older lady.
Jesus Christ. I'm all right there, Jorge. I'm all right.
I'm just glad nobody was hurt.
Yeah, for real. It did say nobody else was injured but the driver, but I mean, Jesus Christ, he ranked into a house. I would expect some injuries.
I mean, as we say, fuck around, find out, you know?
Exactly. So not only drivers of cars in Pennsylvania can jump, but there's also this we're not launching another vehicle here, but there was a runaway boat in Florida in Pinellas County. And
I've seen this.
Yeah. And so
I feel bad for laughing, but I saw this.
The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office is going to chase this runaway boat down. Now, most people who have a boat, me included, which I never get a chance to take my boat out, but I don't like the little lanyard thing that hooks on your wrist. You know, it's irritating, but it's very necessary for situations like this. Somehow this boat hit a wave, the driver was thrown out, and the boat was just wide ass open, still hauling ass.
You have a boat
out there? I do, but
when I get to your house, I take 95 south, and then
it's not even registered to put in the water in Alabama. That's how long it's been since I put it in the water. It's still only registered in Mississippi.
Well, the cops don't have boats. the other day.
Yes, they do.
We're looking at one right now.
Yeah. So anyway, so they're going to chase this boat down and try to get it stopped.
You got it. I don't care about getting wet. You got it. That's what she said. What? I said out loud?
Yeah, you said that out loud.
Yes, you did. I was thinking it too.
You go in hell.
Well, for one thing, I mean, my first thought when I heard the dude say he didn't care about getting wet, I'm thinking, okay, well, I would hope not, because there's two things going on here. One, you're in a boat on the water. Yeah. Two, you're about to jump to another boat on the water that's traveling at a high rate of speed. You best not be worried about getting wet.
If you don't make it, guess what? You're getting wet.
You sure are.
That's some sketchy stuff right there.
Yeah.
Did they find out what happened to the captain?
Yeah, they somebody else passing by picked him up.
Oh, he fell out of the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gonna tow this dude's, but oh man, that thing's expensive too.
Look at all that electronics on the dash. That probably costs more than my house.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right there.
My shoes cost more than
well,
your
but
house,
if you think about it, so if you think about it, this is Florida, right? So I mean, look at this boat. This boat can go out a little ways.
Yeah.
When we chartered a deep sea fishing boat, it wasn't much bigger than that.
Like a deep sea fishing boat too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is. I'm just saying we chartered one when we were in Pensacola. And
well, you can at least get several miles out in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think the furthest I've ever been out, it was a much bigger boat than this though, but the furthest I've ever been out saltwater fishing was 32 miles.
Jesus.
Off the coast of Louisiana. Yeah. You want to talk about a long ass boat ride, man.
I was gonna say I couldn't go out that far without seeing land, but
it was fun. We had a real good time. I love saltwater fishing.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't. I mean,
yeah,
probably not the best thing for me to say. I don't want to go that far out without seeing land.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're in the wrong line of work there, Hoss.
Yeah, man.
You're in the wrong line of work. Now this is a change of pace. This is a little bit more difficult thing to look at. But there was this happened in July. There was a guy out of Memphis, Tennessee, driving a semi truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cops went to try to stop him. Let's pull this up. I'm getting this video from Police Activity. If y'all don't subscribe to them, make sure you do, because it's a really great channel.
I've been to their videos.
Yes, me too. I love it. I like the fact that they don't have a whole lot of bullshit over their videos and nothing. You can just watch the video and form your own opinion. But
what is this, I-40?
It says he eventually stopped on US Route 35. But so what happened is they tried to stop him for a missing mud flap on his truck. Somehow or another, he was confused as to why he was being stopped and was nervous about stopping. And so he ended up, there was multiple agencies involved in this pursuit with the semi truck. They finally got him stopped. He was on the phone with police, with the police dispatch. Said that he didn't understand why they had been getting out with guns and shit. And so he was a little nervous about getting out. But he's complying here. Now I cut out a whole bunch of shit.
Oh my, I used to work for this company. That's Western Express. I used to work for them. They're based out of Nashville.
Is that anything you didn't do, Stacy?
No.
Could have been a jack of all trades.
They have a terminal not too far from Steve over in Bethlehem.
Yeah. So anyway, he's complying here. Now you've got state troopers. This is in Illinois. I can't remember what city it said there was an officer from. Circleville Police Department. It's Officer Ryan Speakman with the Circleville Police Department, right? That's got the canine dog right over here. Now, here's their suspect. He's got his arms up. I mean, he's somewhat complying. I think they're trying to get him to walk forward or whatever, but he's at least not actively resisting, right? So here we go.
Do not release the dog with his hands up.
You heard that, right? Do not
Yeah.
release the dog with his hands up.
Do not
And I'm
release the dog with his
I'm just
hands
gonna
up.
take a guess
Do
here.
not release the dog with his hands up. Don't. Do not get the dog off of it. Get the dog off of it.
Well, there's a guy that can't follow directions.
Get the dog off.
What the
Can-
fuck?
Okay, so one,
He can't follow directions.
the whatever police department this is, Circleville, they probably just got this dude. This dude probably just got away with everything that he just put them through.
Well,
Because I'm
there's-
guessing this is the state trooper.
yes,
State trooper's call.
It was trooper initiated. The troopers
Yes.
have command of the scene. I get, the fact that he led them on a pursuit. Hey, there's Sean Chaslin, y'all.
Hey,
I get the fact that it was a multi-agency, the semi truck didn't stop. I get having the dog out in case he's armed or attempts to flee or becomes combative or whatever. But there was never any reason to let that dog loose.
No.
My understanding is this officer has been terminated, and I believe I don't know if official charges have been released. But I believe it is currently as the grand jury. So I think he's facing some criminal charges. I just don't think that those charges have actually been levied yet. What's that? What was that, Stacy? But I mean, what the fuck, man? You can't. I mean, a police dog is a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't see what you had.
you missed it twice.
I hate it when that happens. Well, see, I got to look over at this screen in order to.
I'm
pull
looking
up
at
what
the
I'm
screen
showing.
too. Send me some ribs and I'll show you.
it was vulgar.
You're gonna lose that battle.
Yeah, sorry. There's hardly any ribs left.
You see the bones.
Yeah.
I don't understand why the dog was even out of the car.
Well, I get having him out of the car in case the suspect became combative or fled. I can understand that part. The dog's got to be ready to go. But he never should have unhooked the leash and let the dog go. And then the dog runs towards other officers
Yeah.
first. Like he didn't even know who in the fuck his perp was.
Right.
How
He
scary
goes,
is
no, over
that?
here, over here.
Now,
How
am
scary is that?
I jumping the gun here? Do we see this officer get bitched at?
I really didn't watch much past this because it was that horrible. But
That trooper's like, what in the hell was this officer thinking?
that face says it all, right
Yeah.
there. That trooper's like, what the hell?
She can't
did
believe
he
what the
do
hell
that
she just
for?
saw.
Yeah. I
That is a
mean,
very inexperienced officer with probably a new dog.
I was gonna say it has to be a new dog.
I
'Cause
mean,
he's forgetting heel commands. He's not even said the first heel command.
yeah. It's like they have no clue what they're doing.
Put your hand back. Give me your hand.
Where's that guy shoot?
Back of his head.
Oh, he got his arm. Oh, damn, he got his arm.
And his head.
Well, he's got one of the do-rags.
Just do rag and not a split.
Yeah, it's a red do-rag.
But I mean, you can see the bite. It's
Holy
horrible.
shit, man.
Jesus Christ, man.
I know what that feels like, and that ain't fun.
No. And I mean, and it was just totally unnecessary. He was out, his hands were up, and I think that's why they're looking at criminal charges here, because it's one thing to make a mistake. This wasn't a mistake.
No.
He made a conscious effort to turn that dog loose against the orders of troopers. And troopers had this scene. This was the troopers'
NIMS courses are put in place, like NIMS codes are put in place like for a reason. Like
sometimes I wonder if these cops that do stuff like that do it on purpose to lose their jobs on purpose. Sometimes, I mean, I got to wonder that because, I mean, there's too much incompetency going on around the country.
Well, I don't think they do it to lose their job on purpose. I think some people do it because they've let the power get to their head. I think some people do it because they have an unconscious bias against some class of people, whether it be by race or social class or something. And but I think most of it comes back to power and control. I have the power and the control to do whatever I want to because I'm a cop. And that's a very dangerous mindset to be in. I mean, and it's, this divide that's growing right now between citizens and law enforcement is growing because of cops like this. Yeah. Cops like this are putting good cops in a negative light and are putting good cops in harm's way. Because there was a time where I can tell you that I would have never, ever questioned whether I could trust a cop. Ever.
Well, that's the crazy part. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
Well, I was just going to say, but when you see things like this, as often as we're seeing them like this, it really makes you. I'm back to that phase of I don't trust you when you're walking up to my car, even though you're a police officer. You're going to have to earn my trust. I got to earn your trust because you don't know what to expect when you walk up to my car either. You also have to earn my trust. This is going to be a two-way street here. And until then, I'll be polite, but I'm watching, and it used to never be that way for me.
Well, growing up where I grew up, lots of crime, and you would see officers, you'd see them do their job, but then like they'd see us little kids. So I grew up in like Section 8 housing in Columbus, Georgia, and we would see the cops, they'd do their job, and all of us kids would be outside, and then afterwards they'd come up and talk to us like we'd just watch them wrestle this guy to the ground and do their job, and they'd put him in the car. Then they'd come up and talk to us and check on us and make sure we were okay, and talk to our parents and stuff about what happened and stuff like that. But now it's I don't know. I don't know what's happened with law enforcement. Like that, the reason I've always wanted to be a cop is so I can help people. But it seems like some people want to do it now so they can be in charge of something.
Well, and there are a lot of great cops out there that are in it for the right reasons. They really care about their community. They have compassion. I was reading a story. Let me see if I can find it. There was this young girl who had been physically and sexually abused by her father, and her school resource officer cared enough to help her and saved her life, basically. She's 28 now, but when she was a kid, she was abused by her father, who ended up in prison. School resource officer, got this girl the help that she needed. Father went to prison. Dave White was his name, the school resource officer, who she credits with helping to save her life as a child. When she was a teenager, she confided in him about the abuse that she experienced at home. According to court records, her father was convicted of rape of a child and child molestation, and he was sentenced to prison. Now, she herself is in law enforcement, and she's a spokesperson for the Dawson Place Child Advocacy Center, a nonprofit organization that works with victims of child physical and sexual abuse. So she went into law enforcement because law enforcement helped her, and she wanted to do the same. So she's one of those cops that went into this for the right reason, because she wants to make a difference in kids' lives, and that's her reason for going in law enforcement. But sadly, not all do. You know, some of them are like, oh yeah, I want to be able to go beat people's ass on the side of the street. I'm gonna be a cop, you know. And it's kind of the same. Some of the same mentality as some folks that join the military. I think some people join the military because they want to be able to shoot at people, and some people join the military because they really give a shit about their country and the long-term goal, right? Which sometimes does mean you got to shoot at people, but they don't go in there to kill people. Now, I got to tell you, if I think it would be cool. Look at Stacey.
Stacey.
And sometimes they just want to join the Navy.
Yeah. Yes. Sometimes
I'm
it's
on
they
a
just
boat, bitch.
yeah. Sometimes they just want to join the Navy.
It
But
had nothing to do with the 30 grand they threw at me to do it.
yeah, well, I was about to say there's some good sign-on bonuses that they have out there. When I was coming out of high school, they tried to get me. The Navy tried to get me to join the nuclear propulsion program because of my math scores.
Yeah.
On the ASVAB and stuff. But and it was like, I want to say it was like an $80,000 sign-on bonus, something like that.
I know the military is, as far as some of the people in the military, you talk about the people that joined. I'm gonna say what I can say. I would take a bullet for anyone here, and I mean that like wholeheartedly. If we're out and some shit's going down, I'm jumping in and I'm defending the people that are in the military with me. But on the other side of taking a bullet for anyone here, there's some people here I have a hard time not shooting.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, that's anytime you get around.
I don't mean that.
people.
I don't mean that literally to any NSA agent watching.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. You know, you can have that. I mean, that's anytime. Oh, I hear.
Why do I hear me? Why do I hear me?
Because my phone started talking, and I don't even have the
gotcha.
stream up on the phone. That was odd.
They're watching us.
Wait a minute.
Listen.
Hold on, wait. I make sure nothing's swinging in the distance.
You got no hidden
am I
cameras
haunted?
in that room that
Am I
the neighbors
haunted?
are watching you.
You said something about the NSA, and all of a sudden, Steve's phone.
Yeah, all of a sudden Steve's
All of a
goes
sudden,
off.
my phone goes off with the
Yeah.
stream, and I don't even have it pulled up on my
The
phone.
NSA agents are looking at each other. No, I said Stacy, not Steve. You dipshit.
My phone was even off. What was up with that?
Alexa,
my
shut
phone
up.
just lit up. What the hell's like my phone lighting up for?
Shh, NSA. Shh.
They're all attacking us now.
Wow. What the hell?
So if we all go missing,
Lord.
we all know what happened.
Yeah, for
If
real.
I'm dead in this basement, you know why.
Yeah, but I mean, you're gonna have good and bad in every job, and you know those that join for the right reasons, for the most part, I think probably turn out to be really good. Not to say they won't have an occasional fuck up or do something, you know, where they didn't understand the law right, or they got a little rough at the end of a pursuit or something like that. But I think cops that join for the right reason are at least trying to be good cops, and
Yeah.
it kind of hurts my heart to see how law enforcement now has been under fire so much because there are so many bad ones out there. But we've got to keep that. We've got to bring that to light. You got to get the bad ones out of there so the good ones can do their job.
Because it takes
It's just
like
that simple.
10 good officers just to even start reversing one bad
Yeah.
officer's actions.
Exactly. I mean, and you know, like we saw that officer who cared enough about that kid last week to get with some folks and raise enough money to get him a PlayStation.
Hey, Ace. Welcome to live stream.
What up, Ace?
Ace 2K.
Ace 2K7. What's going on, man? Good to
Oh
see you.
snap! Ace 2K7, Stace 2K7. We're all.
Oh Lord, yeah. Oh Lord, yeah. So let's check out this one. The title story tonight. I'm gonna make sure we get to this one because this is freaking hilarious. So this one,
Yes.
Yeah.
this one is also from police activity because, like I say, they don't put a bunch of bullshit on their
The
stuff.
one in the car, the one getting pulled over. That's me. I'm just like,
Well, when I first saw this stop and I first looked at it, I was like, "Is that fucking Samuel L. Jackson in the passenger seat?" But then it showed his face. But he was he had that kind of, you know, that look Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
gives
he's
sometimes.
kind of center.
He kind of had that look like, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
That's
Hey,
hilarious.
Toe for life, what's going on, buddy? Y'all been getting any sleep with that new baby over there? Oh God, here we go. This one's great.
Is there audio?
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah,
Hang
yeah,
on a
yeah,
second.
yeah.
So this car is like a city cop, I think, or county cop. Well, it's city.
there's no onboard audio. There's cam audio.
Yeah, body cam audio.
Body cam audio.
This car right here is an unmarked sheriff's department vehicle. Okay, not responding to a call, just hauling ass, cruising.
Is it the sheriff driving?
No, close. It's the chief deputy.
Oh,
I saw this and I just cracked up.
I just love like his face in there. He's like,
really?
passenger.
Hold on, look. You see what I'm trying? Look at this dude. Look at him. Look at him. Over here.
Is he smiling?
Yeah,
I'm willing to bet.
They know. They know they're caught.
He's like that. One of the passenger seats, like, I tried to tell you.
Yeah.
You put your hand in the cookie jar and you got caught.
Yep.
Exactly. All right, Brooklyn, take it easy, buddy. Sleep
Scares
well.
motherfuckerly.
You know, it's kind of funny that he actually writes this guy a ticket, because
Okay,
I always thought that cops don't write other cops tickets.
Oh no, no,
Well,
Yeah, right.
and that's one reason why I wanted to show this, right?
As a courtesy, right?
Well,
Professional courtesy.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a professional courtesy thing, you know. It's like you let cops do things, and I mean, and there's corruption that happens where, you know, even family members of cops get away with DUIs and shit like that they shouldn't. You know, the sheriff's daughter, instead of getting charged, gets picked up, you know, and let her go home instead of that, you know, stuff like that. But this cop here, he has a reason. He'll say the reason in this video as to why he's going to write this ticket.
Yeah.
There's another video where the sheriff gets pulled over and he's like yelling at the deputy that pulled him over. He's like, "You know who I am, right? Like you."
And then drives off.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's like, "You will not have a job after this. Like, I'm going to fire you."
Yeah. Now this cop does call his supervisor because he's like, "Oh shit, now what?"
What do I do?
Guess who I just pulled over?
George Jackson.
Yarborough.
Yarborough.
Yeah, the chief deputy driving a Dodge Charger, a souped up Dodge Charger. It belongs to the sheriff's office. I just clocked this at 96.
I think he just said, "I just clocked this motherfucker at 96."
Yeah.
A 35.
96 and
35.
35.
All right, now, so here's one issue with this stop though. Had that been one of us driving 96 and a 35,
Oh, we
that's
should've
just
went to jail.
reckless driving,
Fucking
and you can
straight
actually get
handcuffs.
arrested.
In Georgia, you can't super speeder in Georgia. Minimum $400 ticket on top of what you're getting otherwise.
You know what's funny about that, Jamie?
What's
When
that?
I went down there to Buddha's house when we had that barbecue,
Mhm.
I was doing the posted speed limit coming down out of Tennessee, and a state trooper blew past me like I was standing still on the shoulder.
Oh,
Well, that's normal for North
Yeah,
Georgia.
but there was he didn't have lights on or nothing.
No, that's normal for
I
North
was
Georgia.
doing
Yeah, that's
70.
normal here too.
I was doing 70, and this guy blew past me like I was standing still. And
Well, he
then
was going too
following
slow.
him was a Ram at 2,500. I'm like, what the hell's this? And then, you know, I'm hearing about the super speeder thing, and it's like, well, maybe it doesn't apply to the northern part of Georgia. I don't know.
That north and south, they're different.
Well, this happened in McDonough, Georgia.
Oh, McDonough, yo,
Henry
a buddy
County.
of mine lives.
Yeah.
I know a guy that lives there, but I'd be name dropping if I said it.
I've traveled through McDonough a many a time. That's where very nice stores.
Oh, there's a pizza place there that's so good. Oh my god.
Yes.
I mean, why is he speeding? No reason. He's in an unmarked car. He just got a high horsepower car and decided he wanted to play.
It's your traffic stop. You do what you think you should do. I mean, I'm not telling you one way or the other. You do a 96 and a 35.
Okay. Well, you know I don't care for him, so I'm gonna ride his.
I love it.
In other words, this
Yeah.
chief deputy has put over his family member before and give his family member a hard time.
What I love
Yeah.
is that his supervisor said it's your traffic stop.
ID back. This is your copy.
Yeah, his supervisor said, "It's your
You hear
traffic
how-
stop. I'm not
Go
going to tell
back
you what
about
to do."
5 seconds. Listen to the confidence in his voice when he says, "This is your copy."
Here's your ID back. This is your copy of the citation. Yeah, you sign right here. It's got a court date, time it's must appear.
He's like, yes, sir.
You must appear. I ain't letting you off, man.
You don't have a
on-
choice here,
Please
buddy.
slow down.
Have a safe day.
There is no
Slow
pay
down. I
tickets.
would have told him have a safe day and slow down.
So,
Hey, you'll copy all the time.
but you know, both of these cops handled that professionally and correctly,
Yep.
in my opinion. Number one, the cop writing the ticket. Nobody's above the law, including this chief deputy.
Yeah.
So he was like, I would write it for anybody else. I'm gonna write it for this guy, and especially because I don't like this motherfucker, I'm gonna definitely write it.
Well, hopefully that
But-
cop.
No, I don't care for him. I'm gonna give him a ticket.
Yeah, but then two, the one getting the ticket, he didn't. I mean, unless they cut it out somewhere in there, he took his lump, took his ticket. He didn't argue. He didn't pull that I'm the chief deputy. You know who I am. You know, you better not write me no ticket. You know, blah blah blah. But you know, I'm gonna tell you this cop's got balls to write the second most powerful person in the sheriff's department a speeding ticket. But I don't know. I mean,
Hey, he got it on cam, man. And the cop driving the Charger, it was on cam too.
yeah.
So it's like, well, you got me. You know, what am I going to do? I might as well take my spanking and move on.
I do think they both handled it professionally, which is a positive
Henry
thing.
County is just south of Atlanta. It's part of South Atlanta suburbs, and they are notorious about on overpasses and sitting 4 or 5 deep on ramps to interstate, and they will pull you over on I-75 heading north into Atlanta, and they do not cut brakes. So it kind of sounds like that deputy or that officer that get another officer a ticket may have had a family member or a friend pulled over by him and wouldn't give that person a break.
Yeah, that's possible.
Karma is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And maybe if he'd have liked him, he'd have cut him loose. But since he didn't like him, he was giving him a ticket.
And there's no option to pay that. That's a requirement to appear in court before a judge.
Yeah, so the judge can rip your ass
Yes.
for driving that fast.
I believe that's the one I was talking about. I believe that's the one I was talking about. It's an inside edition though, so watch at your own caution.
You're fading in and out, my man.
Oh, it's because I was leaning back too far from the mic.
Oh,
I gotta fix this. Now that I don't have a roommate, I can make it where I can lean back here and you guys can still hear me.
Okay, yes. I remember seeing that one before, Stacey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is from like a year ago.
Yeah, like he didn't want to give his license up. He's like, you know who I am, right? Like, yeah,
Well,
license registration, sir.
Since this is from Inside Edition, I'm only going to show a small piece of it because I have a feeling they would try a copyright claim. But let's just get this initial reaction here.
I'm the sheriff. I'm not giving you my license. I'm the sheriff. Okay. You need my driver's license.
I'm the sheriff. Okay, I'm not giving you my driver's license. But he got pulled over. I mean, the sheriff is not above the law. Period. This was where was this at? This was Sheriff Chris Bryant in Carter County, Oklahoma.
Wow.
He was driving 37 in a 25. Now,
keep your hands where I can see him, sir.
Yeah.
You have a weapon on you, sir?
Are you armed? Are you armed?
Why don't you go ahead and step out of the car for me?
Anything may have that potent stick me, cut me on you, sir?
Yeah, for real. But I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, I get it. You know, the sheriff be like, I'm the sheriff, you know, don't write me a ticket, but it's still not right.
I mean, was that sheriff that cop's boss?
No, this is a city cop.
So it was a city cop pulling over another sheriff out of another county.
Yeah.
Well, no, a city cop pulling a city of McDonough was inside Henry County.
Yeah. No. He's talking about the video we just watched.
Yeah, it was a city cop, county sheriff. So you have the city level, then you have the county level, and then you have the state level.
Okay,
so
I got you.
This was the county. He was that county sheriff, but he was inside the city limits.
So he was out of his jurisdiction.
I mean, no.
Yes and no.
Yeah, he technically was. I mean, he's not going to comply with the law and not hand over a license.
Yeah.
I call back up to get somebody out there. And, hey, man, you either hand over the license or you're getting placed under arrest.
Well, they do get messy when that happens. You get in them pissing matches between city and county sometimes in some places. I don't remember where I saw the story at, but it was
Super
about a year
Troopers.
or so ago. Super Troopers with the Canadian cops. Yeah. But there was this county that had it out. The sheriff and the chief of police had it out, and the county controlled the jail, and they were refusing to let the city cops book anybody in or something. I'll have to look that up. I can't remember where that was. It was about a year ago or so, but they had this kind of feud going with each other, and they told them if they didn't clear out and stop blocking their drive, they were going to start arresting them.
Wow.
City cops who were trying to bring arrestees, because they'd had that falling out or whatever. I do want to hit one more story real quick. We're just going to kind of touch on this one because there's not a whole lot of video to it. But this is a good story that comes out of, I guess it would help if I put it up on the screen. It comes out of Philadelphia. The man's from Philadelphia, but he was at New York City's Grand Central Madison.
Okay.
The family had to go pick him up, but he was from Philadelphia. He had autism. Police officers Azad Mia, Rochester Joseph, and Sergeant Craig Siegelbaum located the man named Tyree, who he'd been missing, and they helped him get on the right train. There is a Zoom call where they gets to thank him for
So I was at Grand Central not even a week and a half ago, and anyone who's in the chat that's been there can tell you there's like 60-something tracks at Grand Central.
It's huge. I've been there once.
Yeah. There's a lot. And that picture of Grand Central right there that they just showed had to have been taken during COVID, because there's no way
it was ever that empty.
Well,
no way.
Hey, when I went up to that part of town, I went up there and there was hardly anybody in there when I was there. And that was way, way before that. That was 2013.
MTA Heroes to tell you about this morning. When officers were asked to look out for a missing autistic man in his 30s, they jumped into action. The missing man, Tyree, managed to travel from Philly to New York City, where he got lost at Grand Central Madison. The officers ultimately spotted him and helped him board a train back home to be reunited with his family. The officers, Tyree, and his uncle reuniting over Zoom with Eyewitness News.
It was one of those moments like, okay, we got him, and now we're just trying to help him out and reunite the family.
The family was going to come down to New York to pick him up originally, and somebody came up with the idea of why don't we just get him on, see if we can get him on an Amtrak train and have the family meet him there.
I was fears raging. I could not believe that he would do something I'm grateful that they was even able to coordinate something like this, because I've heard of countless times where it didn't end like this.
I would say thank you to them for escorting me home.
Thank you to officers Mia Siegel and Sergeant Siegelbaum.
It's really easy to get on the train to go up into New York from Philadelphia, because right down Market Street where you got the main train station, you go in there and it costs $18 to go to New York. You get your ticket, get on the train. It's so easy to just get on the train. And next thing you know, you're in New York about an hour and a half.
Well, so
$10.75.
$10.75 if you're in the Navy with the pretty little white suits and stuff. Yeah.
So here's the thing. $10.25. It's $10.25 from here to New Haven. But when I'm going from New Haven to Grand Central, I just get on the train and I'm just like, I don't think you'll be charging me.
But I think that was nice of those officers to do. They saved the family having to travel down there. Can you imagine, though, the fear that was in this family that, this autistic guy ended up on a train from Philly to New York City? New York City is freaking huge.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody goes missing in New York City, how hard are they to find?
Mm-hmm. Pretty hard to find. I mean, New York's huge.
For anyone in the chat who's never been, I unintentionally, this is how big New York City is. I unintentionally walked 12 miles when I was there. Like,
Yeah,
because,
I would never intentionally walk 12 miles myself.
Or unintentionally.
well,
I mean, you don't even realize it.
Here's what it is. You'll look up how to get somewhere because you're not going to drive.
No.
You'll look up
No.
how to get somewhere, and you're like, oh, okay, well, it's a 45-minute train ride, but it's a 30-minute walk.
Yeah.
No.
So.
Yeah, but I could sit on my ass for 45 minutes.
He'll walk like
No.
he'll walk like a block and then stop at some food place and then walk
Yeah.
another block. And
See, that's the thing. I could never walk in New York because I'd walk past some of these little bodegas with the little hole in the wall kitchens or these people making street tacos or some shit like that. I'd start at one block, and by the time I got where I was going, I've gained 250 pounds.
Yeah. And, well, what's funny is, like, I think my least favorite thing about it is, like, so you come out of Grand Central Station and you go north, and you got Times Square right there, and you got all the people walking around dressed up like little characters, want to take pictures with you, and then you got the guy selling flowers, trying to sell you flowers, then you got the people over here selling like the fake Dior and Gucci stuff, and then you got. I'm just like, bro, I just came here for Wahlburgers.
We've got a Wahlburger here in Huntsville. I've never eaten there. I did go for my birthday. Thank you, Wahlburger, for my free birthday shake. I got.
Do they do that?
Yeah. If you got,
we have
the
one
app.
here. We have one here at Foxwoods Casino. I might
Yeah.
hit that up.
Yeah, you have to have their app, and I was able to get a free shake for my birthday.
Yeah,
but,
the one here is opening. Actually, it's opening 2 days after my birthday. Son of a fuck.
Wahlburger Huntsville, if you're watching and you want me to try one of your burgers, you can reach out to me by email here on the channel, and I'd be glad to come down there and give it a shot and tell people what I think about it.
Mark Wahlberg is going to be like, yo, get this guy in the fucking phone.
Yeah. So next week when we bring Mark Wahlberg on here to talk to us, I'm just kidding. But there is a new place that has opened up right down the road from my house. It is Hickory Store Craft Barbecue.
That sounds like heaven in the name.
Yes, I want to go up there and I want to give it a try. So if you want to sponsor the channel, no, but it is a good spot. That I pass a lot, so I've been watching it being built, and I've been wanting to try it out. So I'm gonna go. Look, Southpaw, look here. Hey, don't judge
First
me.
off, what's
Don't
a
judge me.
spонker?
Spонker.
Yeah. Hey, if they give me food, they can be my sponker or spanker or just about whatever.
Whoa,
Hey, whoa, look out now.
Whoa.
It's not that kind of thing.
Oh, going to get some Coronas. I'll be right back.
Yeah. But no, I'll give it a shot one day, and I'll take some pictures and show it to y'all, because I'm kind of anxious to see what craft barbecue means. I mean, I'm guessing it's their own little recipes. Hey, wait, are you copying me? Are you copying me?
Oh, no, mine's bigger.
I doubt it. But anyhow, anybody got any close? Oh, hey, Linda K, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Better late than never. Make sure you watch it back. We had some good stuff on here, which, by the way, I got your email. I think it was from you. Check your replies. I replied to your email. Anybody got any closing thoughts? Let's start with Megan.
I'm glad that those officers helped that man with autism. That was really cool to see. The dog, yeah, I mean, just not a good idea. I mean, if it had been accidental, that's one thing, but I mean, this was clearly intentional, and I feel bad for that guy, who got attacked. And obviously that Georgia cop getting pulled over, that was hysterical, and the fact that the cop didn't like him in the first place, that just makes it even better. But other than that, that's pretty much my thoughts.
All right, Stacy.
Yep.
Thoughts?
He has none.
He's thinking about food.
He's just a blank slate, everybody. Just a blank slate.
All right, let's start from the beginning. Slow down on the back roads. Good dog, bad cop. Slow down on the back roads. Your badge does not give you power. And good job to those cops that helped that dude get home. That was pretty cool.
Yep, for real. Jamie.
Yeah, it was that officer in Georgia getting pulled over. Yeah, that just kind of stands out with me because I went through Henry County a lot back in the early 2000s, and I dated a girl up around Atlanta.
So how many tickets have you gotten in Henry County?
Luckily none, because I learned where they were parked at watching. That's back when radar detectors were very prolific.
Oh yeah,
and I had them prolific. And
is there anything that can pick up that new LiDAR that they use? It's like a laser.
Yeah, you get a new laser detector.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, they got that pop radar now, so they just turn it on and off. And by the time your radar detector picks it up, you're already caught.
Too late. That's your ass.
Too late. So yeah.
Cop I used to live with, his favorite thing to do was when we were in traffic. Like he'd be taking me like to football practice in his cruiser because he'd had to go to work, and he would just flip on his radar and then flip it back off, flip it on and flip it back off. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm making their radar detectors go crazy."
Yeah, man. You see, one of my best friends is actually a cop down in South Georgia. He's been a cop, shoots as long as I've known him, and he was a K9 officer his own self. So he tells me all the fun stuff he gets to do. He's all the time sending me snap videos and all that crazy stuff. So
sending that video of that cop letting that dog go on that guy.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's already seen it. Yeah, he's in one of the bigger cities in South Georgia. I'm not going to say which one, but you can kind of figure it out.
Right.
Does it rhyme with bacon?
No. Okay. It kind of rhymes with Augusta.
So it's Augusta, Georgia?
No.
Augusta. Oh, I know.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Virginia, Augusta.
Yeah. So, yeah. But, yeah, he's a cop down there. You know, he's a good friend of mine. And he used to be a K9 officer. So that's how I knew that I was listening for the Hill command from the officer. I never heard a Hill command.
Yeah, I don't know if that's because he just didn't want to, or if he, in the heat of it, couldn't remember what the fuck he was doing.
Well, and you know, Hill command's not in English; it's in a whole different language. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, a lot of times they'll use Russian, German. Mm-hmm. I've heard of this one dog that they taught him. I think it's Czechoslovakian or something.
So, it's a language most Americans wouldn't know.
Well, and you want it to be a language that's not super common in the area you're in, right? So in LA, Los Angeles, for example, you're not going to use Spanish for those commands. You're going to use some other language. In Louisiana, you can just use regular English because nobody in South Louisiana speaks English. So.
I don't know. All right, go Tigers.
Yeah, I can say that because I do miss Louisiana in a way, but I fucking love Huntsville. I love it up here. Steve, what's your final thoughts there, House?
I'm not fixing that Corolla.
Nah.
Not doing it.
Don't blame me.
No, I want to know if that kid's getting sued.
Oh, I'm sure. I know you got charged.
I want to know if there's going to be any follow up to that one because I'm sure the state troopers got their hands full on that one.
Yeah, I do believe.
Other than that, I don't have any other final thoughts. I just want to know about that one.
I just want to show Onyx that I have 65 notifications that I don't intend to deal with.
How do you live like that?
I honestly.
With the fan on fucking medium.
Hey, you think that's something?
I have one notification, and it's Steve sending me this shark.
Yeah, what it was is I just said that to you because we were talking about that boat, and I was going to make a comment, but we kind of got off track a little bit. I didn't want to divert back to it, but that's one reason why I don't want to go out in the ocean because you get a freaking great white jumping up on your boat on you. If you want to show that real quick.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it. It says it's a Mako shark.
It's a Mako shark. Okay, so we got a Mako shark jumping on this guy's boat.
And he's pissed about it too, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God, if I can get over to you, I'm going to fuck you up.
I'll bite your leg right off, you son of a bitch. Come here. Come here now. Come here now.
No, he's really trying to get off because if that shark can't move, he'll die.
Yeah.
I saw that last night and I was like, holy crap, dude. That
Yeah,
was
but
my
what do you-
boat. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't want to get near that thing.
I don't know. I might would go push him from behind because it looks like he couldn't reach his head around too good. I might go push
pretty
his tail,
sure-
but
He was all bloody in the mouth.
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Probably from where he
headline on
jumped
that
up.
was the and I don't know if this was true or not, but the shark jumped on the boat and bit that guy who was filming. He bit that guy's fishing buddy.
Oh, jeez.
And killed him. So I don't know if that was true or not, but that was the headline on that.
Damn. I hope not. Southpaw says he'd be thinking the easy dinner just jumped on my boat. You know, I've never eaten shark.
Neither have I.
I've tried a lot of things, but shark is not one of them.
Yeah. I've had swordfish.
Let me get a McShark burger.
Swordfish is amazing.
Look, if you get a fish burger from McDonald's, you might be getting a what the fuck ever burger. You don't know what's on that thing. I'm gonna tell you. But if McDonald's wants to sponsor the show, I'm gonna. That's the one time I'm probably gonna pass. Thank you.
I will eat the McShark fan if they sponsor us.
Yeah, and if my fat ass won't eat your food, you know there's a problem. I just don't like it. I don't like how they sneak them little chopped up fucking onions on everything. And then if you ask them for no onions, they still always end up to get at least one fucking piece of that little onion somewhere that you don't find until it's too late.
The reason why here's how that happens at
I
McDonald's.
don't like raw onions.
Here's how that happened at McDonald's. Here's how that happens at McDonald's. I used to work there. So
of course.
They're now granted I only worked there for 2 months. I worked there until something better came along. I didn't even put in a notice or nothing. I just didn't go back. Like I still have my McDonald's shirt here. Like I actually have my McDonald's shirt here.
Yeah, why aren't you wearing it?
Next week I'll wear it. but yeah, so what happens is they make the stuff so fast, like during a rush, they make the stuff so fast that when they grab the onions, like you grab them, reach in, you got gloves on obviously, but you reach in, you grab them, and it like drops into the other food as they're.
Oh yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's gross.
And I don't like raw onions, right? Like if they sauteed their onions, I would eat them.
He doesn't like raw onion. He doesn't like Italian food. What am I hearing?
No, I do like Italian food. It's just not on my list of favorites. I'll eat it.
See, it's my favorite.
I don't dislike it. It's one of my wife's favorites also. I don't dislike it. It's just I'm not super big on pastas. I don't know why.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
It's the official shirt.
Yeah.
God.
Look, here's the thing. This shirt has sentimental value.
Oh, I bet it does.
Yeah.
Does it still smell like grease?
Probably.
I don't know. It's just I love this shirt more than anything.
Wait. So here's the big question.
I knocked my little picture over up there.
So here's the big question. When you were wearing that shirt and working there, did the ice cream machine work?
Okay, so I'm going to play devil's advocate here. There are times where say the person in front of you orders a McFlurry and you're like, oh cool, the machine's working. If you get to the window, if you get up next and you go to order like an ice cream product and they're like, the machine is down, that machine will randomly start cleaning itself.
Yeah.
You know, I heard that there was an FBI investigation into the ice cream machines at all the McDonald's across the nation as to why they didn't work.
They did do some kind of investigation. I think it was the Federal Trade Commission or the FCC. I'm not the FCC, the Federal Trade Commission, something with that. Because there's AJ. What's up, ma'am?
Yeah, but yeah, those machines, they will start cleaning themselves randomly because I seen it.
That sounds like bullshit to me. That sounds like some kind of bullshit McDonald's propaganda.
I did never sign it. I did not sign it. I did not sign an NDA saying that I would say these things.
Yeah. So next week we're gonna look at Stacy's resume. It's expected to be 18 pages long. So bring snack.
I'll put my resume up.
I'm just kidding. I think that's gonna do it for me, y'all. I pretty much said my piece as we were going through there.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a big ass hunk of meat down there waiting on me. I got a ribeye I'm about to go
I was
light
gonna
into.
say I'm not over there.
Put some meat in his mouth.
Oh God, this ain't that kind of live stream. All right. Well, anyway, I had fun. Thank y'all for joining me and talking shit. I always love it when we get together and,
You're always
talk
looking at
stuff.
me.
Thank you for everybody watching out there, for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you had a good time. We're trying to keep the show a little bit shorter now, so you can get back to whatever groceries you might be eating, and we can get back to whatever groceries we might be eating. Any other parting thoughts before we head out?
I got
right.
nothing.
Peace out, everybody. As far as we know, God willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll see y'all back here next week. Peace. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming. Okay, it's a dream, and I pray as a team. One day it'll be me. If I want it, then I get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit.